Backs in the TV this year.
One thing that I've been asked before, you get paid by the outs on a horse. What if your horse doesn't get drawn? He's a re-ride one night, doesn't get rode. Do you get paid for that horse?
We get paid for bringing them to the NFR, whether they get bucked or they don't.
Oh, okay.
The same amount,
Okay.
whether they buck them once or they buck them twice.
Okay.
The thing about bucking them twice over bucking them once, they give a rank horse of the night is extra dollars. That's really the only bonus for that.
Yeah, or a chance to win a buckle.
Yeah.
Somebody winning a round on your horse.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
that's
It's an involved process, but it includes a lot of people, and it looks to me like they've got it pretty well.
Yeah, they've got it down to a science. You know, Sean Davis is quite an individual and go through all the scenarios of everything that can go wrong. Us as stock contractors, like myself and my wife, very blessed to have the great animals that we have, but it's the animals, it's not us. All we're trying to do is not get in their way.
Sparky, thank you very much. I appreciate the time that you give us today, and we'll get a chance to do this again, I know. Good luck with the next 10 days.
Yep, thanks.
Well, that's going to do it for today, but more with the biggest names in the sport of rodeo coming up on our next edition of Talk Rodeo. So until the next time, Derek Martin saying BBFN, bye-bye for now.
Go. No reaching in.
Straight up and straight up.
To hear this broadcast online, log on to drgnews.com. Now, with the pregame, here's Brian Oakland.
And thank you very much, and a very good Thursday afternoon and evening, everybody. A day of high school basketball coming your way. We are in Phillip as we bring you a girls and boys doubleheader. The Stanley County Buffaloes and Lady Buffaloes on the road together for the first time, and several doubleheaders coming up this season. Actually got a much earlier start than we were anticipating, forgetting the fact that Phillip's boys team does not have a very big roster. They don't have a JV game to play. So here we are. We are underway already in the girls game. We do have the live stream up and running through YouTube.com. You can view these games as well as hear them on KGFX with our call of them. But we are in the second quarter of the girls' game of this doubleheader, Stanley County and Phillip. Right now, 3:19 left in the first half. We'll get you completely caught up as much as we can once we get to halftime. But right now, the Phillip Lady Scotties have a lead of 28-16. For Stanley County, we'll get you some starting lineups, and we'll cover our sponsors of this game as we go along. But Phillip working it inside, and a shot up, no good. But Jordan Sosa of Stanley County called for a foul, and we will have free throws coming. These varsity contests being officiated by some guys that we know: Camden Sawville, Quint Garnos, and Jimmy Fugit. They are tonight's Law on the Court. They're sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Consumer Protection Division. Phillip at the free throw line, and it is Josie Rush with her first. Actually, that's 14, not 4. It is Copper Lurs with her first free throw, her first point of the night. And the score again, 28-16. Foul is called again on Jordan Sosa. That is her third of this game. Stanley County has 8 fouls. Phillip with 4 team fouls here in the first half. Lurs makes the second one. Stanley County with Taylor Stroop, the point guard, right to left. Across the timeline, Lady Buffaloes in their road purple jerseys for the first time this season, coming in with a record of 0-2. Tatum Bush takes the pass, top of the key, gets control now, finds looking for Cedar Scott, but it's taken away, and Copper Lurs the other way will head down the floor and put it up and in. Phillips starting to roll this thing up just a little bit, 32-16 our score. Pass underneath to Bush, and had an open look, but takes it back to the middle of the lane and makes a tougher shot attempt. It is off the back of the rim, but she does get reached in upon, and it will go to the free throw line. And it is Copper Lurs with her first personal foul. Tatum Bush, Carly Leafgreen, the post players for Stanley County right now. Shaylee Topol, a 5'7" freshman, is in the floor. Taylor Stroop coming out in place of Jada Tibbs. They both are starting guards along with Cedar Scott for the Lady Buffaloes. Bush missed the first one, also will miss the second. And we will head the other way, left to right. Phillip in home white tonight, black numbers and orange trim. They come in with a record of 0-1, had a loss last Saturday out at Rapid City Christian. Pretty good ball game, though, lost at 57-52. Here's Copper Lurs up in the top of the key. Left-handed shot in the lane is up and good. Copper's been a little bit quiet here in the first half until we got on the air. Better than halfway into the second period. Jada Tibbs across the timeline, 34-16 our score. And again, Stanley County will try to, I think, key to this ball game when we talk about keys to success, which in our game are sponsored by the Boyd Conzemius Agency of American Family Insurance. Key to the Lady Buffalo success is taking care of the basketball, maintain possessions. Carly Leafgreen with an offensive rebound off of a Jada Tibbs miss, but Leafgreen will go to the free throw line. 6th team foul for Phillip. And this is called on Cappy West. We'll try to get you some players and names and numbers on the floor. Cappy West for Phillip, a 5'7" senior. One of the leaders on this squad. Copper Lurs, we've mentioned several times, a 5'7" freshman. As Carly Leafgreen unable to hit the first of 2 free throws. Also out there, Jewel Jones, a 5'7" senior for the Scotties. Leafgreen's second free throw is good. She has 3 points. Thanks to Doug Bose, who was keeping score for me until we could get on the air and get all the equipment set up. Inside out, Lurs on the drive, the runner up, no good. Leafgreen collects the rebound. And the Lady Buffaloes will head the other way. Tibbs across the timeline. Cedar Scott with it, but the pass will be stolen, and Cappy West saw it coming all the way. Breakaway layup is good with a left hand. Cappy's had a good game so far, 10 points. One of the leaders for Phillip, who leads 36-17. We are playing 2 tonight. The boys will come up a little bit later, but again, we apologize for not being up to speed on the game start times here because of the fact there was no boys junior varsity game. Phillip's roster very small this season. Tibbs is blocked on the drive. Leafgreen takes the loose ball away. Carly getting active in the paint, and she'll go back to the free throw line with 52 seconds left in the first half of play. Dylan Turkleson also for Phillip in there, a 5'5" sophomore, but this foul is called on Sage Gabriel for Phillip. She's a 5'11" senior, and that is her second personal foul. Leafgreen, second trip to the line. Makes the first one here. Lady Buffaloes, who lost on Tuesday night on KGFX at home to Lyman 61-23. Already with 18 points before the end of the first half. Shaylee Topol is out. Taylor Stroop back in for Stanley County. Second free throw. Leafgreen unable to get this one to go. Gabriel down with the rebound, and she'll walk it across the timeline. Check it. That is Jewel Jones for Phillip. Copper Lurs on the move into the paint, tries to dish underneath to West, but it's knocked away. Now loose ball, and West will come out of there with it. Still 20 on the shot clock. As we'll continue. Gabriel up high, underneath. Nice pass on that extra feed from Jewel Jones to Cappy West. And the Lady Scotties add on another 2 with 20 seconds to play in the first half. One final opportunity perhaps for the Lady Buffaloes to put some offense home before halftime. In an open lane, Stroop will put it up and in. Nice give and go here. And there is a foul as Taylor Stroop ends up on the floor. She fed to Tatum Bush. Bush right back to Stroop down the lane with the layup and then the foul and a chance at a three-point play the old-fashioned way. This is Jewel Jones and her second personal foul. So far, Jordan Sosa with 3 fouls for the Lady Buffaloes after coming in off the bench, but we have several players with 2 fouls in this first half. 16 total fouls, 8 per team. Well, now what do we have? Looks like an inbound for Phillip coming, but we were assuming there was a foul called on that layup by Taylor Stroop. She went to the free throw line. We have 11.6 seconds left here in the first half. First quarter was pretty close, but Phillip has opened it up here in the second period just a little bit. The officials again conferring. They put a foul up on Jewel Jones on the scoreboard. And I think what the officials are saying here is this is going to be a 1-and-1 foul opportunity. So perhaps a foul on the floor, and they haven't taken away that 2-point bucket yet. Stroop will miss a free throw. And the rebound knocked out toward half court, and last touch by the Lady Buffaloes. So apparently that I think the layup is going to count. And then it must have been on a block out or something, a rebounding foul. At any rate, Cappy West comes up, scores again, and a long shot for Stroop comes up well short, and we are at the end of the first half of play. And again, starting a little bit late on the broadcast because of the much, much earlier start than anticipated here to our girls and boys doubleheader. Scoreboards are brought to you by Wagner Auto Company and Pier. They are the one place to go. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back. We'll get you caught up with scoring of the first half here in the girls' half of the doubleheader. We'll run down our sponsors, and then we'll get you set up for the rest of this evening of high school basketball coming your way. Stanley County and Phillip is on 1060 KGFX, 107.1 FM, and we're on online too, drgnews.com.
What does your morning sound like? That's Daddy's little man.
Morning, Day. Grabbed your usual from Mickey D's.
Here's to making your morning routine a little better with a delicious breakfast from McDonald's.
Get 2 delicious sausage McMuffin with egg sandwiches for just $4. At participating McDonald's cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Good luck, Phillip Scotties, from your fans at Phillip Motors in Phillip. So far this season, you've proved that talent, determination, and working together as a team are the keys to success. Keep up the good work and go get them, Scotties. The Phillip Motor team is behind you all the way. Phillip Motor, a proud supporter of high school athletics and activities. And the Phillip Scotties, next time you're looking for a new vehicle, stop by Phillip Motor and visit with the guys or call 859-2585.
At Dakota Mac, we offer more than 30-year fixed-rate mortgages and access to working capital. We offer you our grit, our determination, and our expertise. If you're looking for more than ag business as usual, dig deeper with Dakota Mac. Visit dakotamac.com, equal housing lender.
First Dakota National Bank in Pier and Blunt are your local Dakota Mac Ag real estate specialist. Are you ready to dig deeper? Give us a call today at 605-224-5817.
Good luck, athletes, from Kennedy Implement in Phillip. Stop by Kennedy Implement and check out their large inventory of new and used farm equipment. From loader tractors, haying equipment, skid steers, and everything in between, Kennedy Implement has what you need to get the job done right in a timely fashion, too. Kennedy Implement carries New Holland, McCormick, Woods, and many other preferred manufacturers. Stop by and let them know how they can help you. Kennedy Implement in Phillip.
Welcome back to Phillip High School Gym. Brian Oakland with play-by-play, and again, apologizing. We'll continue to do that all night long for the late start tonight. Nobody really made us aware that the game times were going to be earlier than 6:30 and 8 o'clock for the varsity games. But at any rate, we're at the half of the girls' game. 40-20, Phillip has the lead as we bring you Stanley County High School basketball, thanks in part to McDonald's and First Dakota National Bank, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, the Stanley County Booster Club, and also Oahe Federal Credit Union, Fisher Rounds and Associates Insurance and Real Estate of Pierre, Bottom Line Welding, and Bank West Banks. Our game is also brought to you by Phillip Motors, First National Bank of Phillip, and by Kennedy Implement. And these games are brought to you within the broadcast by the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, who reminds you that on your way to and from the games, avoid a kiss with death. Always plan a designated driver, especially around the holidays. From the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, in-game sponsors also include the Boyd Consemius Agency, Teton River Traders Gun Shop, who sponsor our starting lineups, and also the South Dakota Attorney General's Office for the game officials. Lynn's Dakota Mart in Pierre with the opening tip-off. South Dakota's, CHS Midwest Cooperatives, Bauman Lumber, and Wagner Auto in Pierre, the one place to go. In fact, we are at halftime, which is sponsored by CHS Midwest Cooperatives in cities throughout central South Dakota. Well, we'll get you some scoring totals in here. Again, we had good friend Doug Bowes taking care of the scoring while we were getting the equipment set up. 40 points on the board for the 0-1 Phillip Lady Scotties. They're led by their 5'7" junior Cappy West, who has 14 points. And from what we have seen so far, getting a lot of those in transition and some open looks as well. Cappy runs the floor very well. Silver Lures, the 5'11" senior, who is a starter as well, got 8 points in that first quarter of play. We did not see her in the last 4 minutes or so of the second half, though. May have been in, I don't know if she was in a little bit of foul trouble. Those aren't written down on the score sheet, though. Tessa Menzel has 6 points. Copper Lurs with an active second quarter, 6 points. Sage Gabriel with 4, and Jewel Jones with 2 for Phillip, and a total of 40 in a very productive first half of play for the Lady Scotties here. Stanley County with 20 on the board. They're led by Cedar Scott, who has 2 3-pointers in this game, both coming early on, so she leads with 6 points. Taylor Stroop has 4. Jada Tibbs has a 3-pointer plus a free throw. She has 4 points. Carly Leafgreen with 4, and Shaylee Topol off the bench with 2 for Stanley County. No other real stats for that in the way of rebounding and turnovers, assists, and things like that we normally try to keep track of, but we'll try to do a much better job of that as we get going into the second half. We are also running camera tonight too, so it could be a little difficult to keep everything in line. But whatever the case, it doesn't really matter. We're back at it, and we've got basketball here on the air. So again, 40-20 our score. We'll take another 2-minute break here in our CHS Midwest Co-op halftime show as the girls game underway and the boys game still to come, which should be a pretty good one as well. Back in 2 minutes with high school basketball on KGFX.
Being a small farmer has never been tougher. Dan Wegmuller is a farmer and an American Family Insurance customer.
So it's good that American Family Insurance covers just what I need, because our dream is to become a century farm. A farm that's been in our family 100 years and pass this life on to the next generation.
American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Contact the Boyd Consemius Agency, Inc. in Pierre and Phillip.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53782.
The key to a successful hunt begins at Teton River Traders Gun Shop in Fort Pierre. They carry a large variety of reloading equipment, cleaning supplies, and firearms accessories. They also sell and deliver Liberty gun safes. See Teton River Traders Gun Shop for all your gunsmithing needs, including custom-built firearms. Stop in today. Teton River Traders Gun Shop, located west of Highway 1434 in Fort Pierre.
Every day, you share personal information about yourself with others. You may write a check, charge fuel, rent a car, mail your tax returns, schedule a doctor's appointment, or post something on social media. Each transaction may share some sort of personal information, such as bank and credit card account numbers, social security number, name, address, or phone number. There are unscrupulous individuals, identity thieves, targeting these routine transactions, trying to gain your information to commit fraud. If you think somebody has stolen your identity, contact Consumer Protection at 1-800-300-1986.
Did you know that CHS Midwest Cooperative Autumn Rewards provides qualified customers 0% interest and you don't have to give up any cash or volume discounts? That's right. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, we're working with you to provide lasting success. Customers receive full cash and volume discounts on industry-leading genetics, seed treatments, plus 0%. Your CHS Midwest Cooperative agronomist is ready to help you build a plan for success in 2019. Why wait? Contact CHS Midwest Cooperative today to learn more.
Back in Phillip once again, and back to the CHS Midwest Co-op halftime break as we've got a 40-20 ball game as the Phillip Lady Scotties lead Stanley County. And again, an early start in this one. Boys game coming up, featuring the 0-1 Phillip Scotties after a 40-point loss at Rapid City Christian on Saturday, and when they played that season-opening doubleheader out in Rapid City. The Stanley County Buffs have a 1-0 mark as they got a victory at Bennett County, 67-44 last Friday to open their season. So game number 2 for the Buffaloes, who are looking for really good things. I know they're anticipating a lot of promising results here coming in this season. Max Foth's 4th year as the head coach. Got a lot of experience back. That second half of the doubleheader, the boys game, will be coming up a little bit later on, but the halftime break here about ready to wind down as Phillip will take a 40-20 lead into the third quarter. Once again, the Lady Scotties with a good transition game going in that first half, and the key to success for Stanley County has to be, and it's going to be each time out. You got to break that pressure. Everybody that's going to face Stanley County is aware that they do struggle in getting the ball across the half-point line or across the half-court barrier, and Phillip was able to use that pressure to open things up into the second quarter in what was a fairly close first quarter of play. Every now and then I'd be looking up in the scoreboard. I think it was might have been tied somewhere. Actually, I think it was tied 6-6. It became 12-6 with the Lady Buffaloes were holding their own in that first quarter, but then that second period, this game got away from them just a little bit. We'll see if they can make some adjustments coming to the second half. The second half throw-in, like the opening tip of each of our games, brought to you by Lynn's Dakota Mart stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Tatum Bush, Taylor Stroop with a lob down underneath to Carly Leaf Green. Turnaround shot comes up a little bit short. Silver Lures down with the rebound for the Lady Scotties, and she'll take it all the way. Her layup will not go, though. Stroop running for the rebound, can't get to it. The ball got away, and it comes into the hands of a Lady Scottie. And that's Morgan Cantrell starting the second half. Here's Cappy West inside and a nice pass. We've got a violation as Stroop crosses the end line. And essentially an out-of-bounds violation, but in this case it turns into an inbounding violation for the Lady Buffaloes. So the Scotties will get it back. Cappy West, mentioned Morgan Cantrell in there. She's got it now. Silver Lures in its starting lineup for the second half. Tessa Menzel, a 5'3" senior, as Lurs pops a three off the mark a little bit short, and this is off of the hands of the Lady Scotties, and it'll go to Stanley County. Underway in the second half. 42-20, we just started the second half. Again, if you're joining us late, maybe you thought you were joining us early, but the JV boys game did not exist tonight, and our girls and boys doubleheader got a much earlier start than even we anticipated. A little trouble with Taylor Stroop handling the pressure of Cappy West as she drove to the baseline, loses a handle on the dribble. It'll go out of bounds. Stanley County with 2 turnovers so far here in the second half. Here's a long 2 with her feet on the arc. It is up and good. Morgan Cantrell with her first 2 points of the basketball game. 4-0 start to the second half for the Lady Scotties as Jada Tibbs is across the timeline. Phillip is backed off in that full court press a little bit to start the second half. Fall away shot is up and in, and Tatum Bush has her first basket of the night. I didn't see Stanley County's first ball game last Saturday in a home loss against White River. They only scored 16 points against a much improved White River squad. Lurs comes up short, but that may be Tatum Bush's first basket of the season. Ball knocked away in the backcourt by Cantrell. Stanley County will inbound, and that gives Phillip an opportunity to contest the inbound. Stroop gets it into Tibbs, gets it right back, and streaks across the timeline down in front of us. Here's Stanley County moving from left to right, and inside they work it to Carly Leafgreen. Carly with 6 points, her first 2 of the second half. The first 4 of the half scored by Phillip, the next 4 by Stanley County. The next 3 will go to Phillip as Morgan Cantrell hits her second bucket of the evening, second in a row, in fact, in this one from long range. Cedar Scott down low. Leafgreen is fouled by Silver Lurs. And the ball gets lodged in between the rim and the backboard. That's hard to do from close range. Camden Sawville, one of the officials, young man from the Wall area, good athlete. He got right up there and just knocked it right out. Lurs' foul is just her first. It's the first team foul for either team in the second half as Carly Leafgreen shoots 2, but the first one off the mark, no good. 2 for 6 unofficially for Leafgreen from the free throw line. Tatum Bush will check out. Shaylee Topel in, the first substitution of the second half for the Lady Buffs. And Leafgreen will try another one from the stripe, up and good. Her 7th point, 47-25, the lead up to 22 once again for the Lady Scotties. Underneath, West muscling up against Haley Stroop, who was trying to demonstrate that she was straight up vertical, but West draws the foul. Stroop has her first personal, and Cappy West, as we mentioned, a very active player, runs the floor very well, and she reaped the benefits of a lot of the transition baskets after some of those turnovers that Phillip was able to create in the first half, but she misses the first of 2 here. And we'll try one more with 5.5 minutes left in the third period. Second free throw, like the first, off the back iron. Cedar Scott down with a rebound. And the Lady Buffaloes with a defensive stop, so to speak, despite the fact there was a foul involved. Across the timeline, left to right. Again, the Lady Buffs in road purple here this evening. Shaylee Topel with it up on the top of the key. Starts right, lobs it in. Leafgreen, nice move to lose the defender. Got rid of Lurs, and Carly Leafgreen showing some ability here. Puts it up and in with a right hand. 3 minutes gone by, 5 to go, but coast to coast goes Jewel Jones for 2 for the Lady Scotties. And again, Stroop, trouble from Cappy West. She didn't really knock it away, but Stroop lost the handle on the dribble trying to keep it away from West. Playing straight up man coverage there. 49-27. Phillip, again, quite a battle out in Rapid City last weekend in their first game of the season, a 57-52 loss. Jones pulls the trigger, but no good. Leafgreen with the rebound. And the Lady Buffaloes on the attack once again. Scott pops a long 3, no good. Long-armed rebound. Leafgreen couldn't get it back up, though, but she gets her second rebound of the sequence. And now we've got a jump ball, and the possession arrow goes to the home team. As Stanley County had that first possession of the half. Leafgreen with a nice hand will check out of the game. Tatum Bush back in. Sage Gabriel is in for the Lady Scotties in place of Silver Lurs, who will get a break. Also checking back in is Samantha Fillingham, a 5'5" senior for Phillip. Scotty's bringing it across the time stripe here from right to left. Out on the right side here is Josie Rush, a 5'7" junior in for the first time since we went on the air. Had it momentarily, finds Fillingham, back to Rush on the left wing. Up top is Gabriel, swinging around to Jewel Jones, who makes a move to the right and cuts down the lane to the left. And finger rolls it up and in. Jewel Jones with 2 buckets in a row, 51-27. Pretty evenly contested second half. Here's a steal for West, though, in the lane, and Cappy West will take it the other way. She'll dish out to Josie Rush. Fillingham back in to West, further underneath to Jones, who didn't expect the pass to come. And she saves it from going out of bounds underneath, but it'll go out of bounds out on the far side, and the Lady Buffaloes will get a takeaway. As Topol checks out, and Jordan Sosa, the 5'9 freshman, in for the first time in the second half for Stanley County. 3.5 minutes to play. We're in the third quarter. 51-27, Cedar Scott on the right wing with it. And miscommunication, and Stroop cannot save it. It's a backcourt violation. Turnover number 5 in the second half for the Lady Buffs with 3:19 to play in the third quarter. Phillip will take over once again. Rush, uncontested, pops a 3, but it will not fall. And Bush has the rebound, and we've got a hold on the Scotties. Check the foul here, the second for Phillip. It'll be the third personal for Sage Gabriel this evening. Silver Lurs and Tessa Menzel will check in. Cappy West with her first break, along with Jewel Jones of the second half. They come out. So Jada Tibbs with the inbound to Stroop. Tibbs will get it back, and they will get it across the timeline with token pressure, and now a timeout will be called here by Adam Dannenbring of the Stanley County Lady Buffs. So 3:04 left to go. We're in the third quarter, 51-27. Phillip has the lead. We're back in 60 seconds. You're listening to high school basketball on KGFX.
Welcome to Lynn's Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre. Check out our selections in the meat, produce, and deli departments, as well as the rest of the store. Don't see what you need? Just ask. Our friendly staff is more than happy to help any way possible. For the holidays, stop in or give us a call with any special orders or requests to make your get-together complete. Whether a fruit basket, meat and cheese tray, or a special cut of meat, we'll be glad to assist you. And now, Lynn's Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre is your trustworthy hardware dealer. From step ladders to cordless drillers.
Don't be whiny. Protect your hiney. Up to 90% of colon cancer can be avoided with routine colonoscopies, yet 1/3 of adults skip their colonoscopy. We understand why you're whining, but colon prep is manageable. It's one evening followed by a simple procedure that could save your life. So what are you waiting for? Don't be whiny. Protect your hiney. Schedule a colonoscopy at avera.org/colon or call 888-422-1410.
Back in Phillip as we've got an inbound coming out of the Stanley County timeout as the Scotty Phillip traveling trophies are once again up for grabs. Something that was started almost 10 years ago now, I believe. The winners of these two basketball games in this Scotty Phillip rivalry will take home that traveling trophy. I believe the Phillip girls and the Stanley County boys currently retaining those trophies, and they'll be favored to keep them here as this evening's events unfold. Silver Lurs is in the paint, up and in over the top of Jordan Sosa. Nice move for Lurs, who is in double figures with 10 points tonight. Silver, all-conference volleyball player, just finished a outstanding career here in Phillip on the volleyball court. One trip to the state tournament, they came up short in the Sodak 16 in Fort Pierre this year, however. Stanley County losing it out of bounds. Sosa unable to handle a pass. We'll have more substitutions here. Seeing a lot of players being able to get into this one, and I think that's one thing that Coach Dannenbring, at least for Stanley County, is going to be able to do is they've got a long way to go as far as how much improvement they're going to hopefully show this season, but at least I think from number 1 or number 2, number 3 down to number 7 or 8 off the bench, the Lady Buffaloes don't lose a lot. Sam Fillingham with a nice move, finding some space and gets the kiss off the glass. Her first 2 points of the night, 55-27. Phillip with the lead, but Fillingham will foul Taylor Stroop out at half court. Cheap foul here, but the third team foul for the Lady Scotties in the second half. Minute 42 to go. We're in the third quarter. It was 40-20, Phillip at the break. And Cedar Scott inside Carly Leafgreen will put one up and in. Carly's having a good second half. Scott with the assist as well. Scotty's with it. Back inside, Lurs gets a push from behind to deny the entry pass, and this will be Leafgreen personal number 3. Second team foul of the second half for Stanley County. This foul occurs on the floor, so the Scotties will inbound. From underneath, trying to get it into Silver Lurs and then back to Copper Lurs, but miscommunication and out of bounds. Second turnover of the second half for the Scotties. And they do continue to press. Leafgreen helping out, and Lurs knocks it away and might have jammed the finger a little bit. It smarts a little bit when that basketball hits you square on the tip of your finger. Stroop some nice moves to get it left to right across the timeline. Passes inside. Leafgreen loses a handle on it. Picked up by Fillingham against Tibbs the other way, and a foul will be called as Tibbs tried to negate the breakaway layup. That was just a simple fumble as far as turnovers go for the Lady Buffaloes. Jada Tibbs with her first personal foul. Fillingham at the free throw line to shoot a pair, but the first one is up and off the front of the rim, no good. Sosa is out. First look at Kylie Hazen for the Lady Buffaloes tonight. She is in, 5'8" junior. Phillip leading by 26 with 65 seconds to play. Now it's 27 as Fillingham hits the second free throw. 56-29 our score. Back the other way, left to right, goes Taylor Stroop. Inside to Leafgreen. Trying to make that move up and over Lurs, but got caught a little too far away from the basket, I think. Rebound is down to Copper Lurs. Her breakaway is too strong the other way. Now the Lady Buffaloes with it again. As Stroop feeds off to Cedar Scott. Dangerous pass over to Kylie Hazen. Lurs tried to get in there and knock it away, but it stays with Stanley County. 15 on the shot clock. Jada Tibbs back out to Stroop. Cedar Scott is up top. Looking to make a move, looking for somewhere to go with it, and a little too tall for Leafgreen. Pass got to Carly Leafgreen a little too quick, but just a slight hop, and she may have been able to haul that one in. And again, for the Lady Buffaloes, I think this is a situation we were seeing in the second half the other night. You get a little tired, you get a little frustrated. You've got to keep in this game mentally. And right now the Lady Buffaloes might be in danger of really letting some of that mental focus go. 3 seconds left in the third, and a turnaround jumper is up and good for Silver Lurs. And our third period comes to an end on the Wagner Auto scoreboard. Good-looking game for the Lady Scotties. They lead Stanley County 58-29. Wagner Auto Company of Pierre, the one place to go. As we pause for 60 seconds, we go to the fourth. Coming up next, you're listening to high school basketball and the Scotty Phillip rivalry on KGFX and DRGnews.com.
Do not miss the Stanley County Booster Club Chili and Soup Cook-Off, taking place on January 29th during the Todd County doubleheader. Serving happens from 5 to 7 p.m. You pay just $5 for a bottomless bowl and will receive one vote for your favorite soup or chili. That's the Stanley County Booster Club Chili and Soup Cook-Off, January 29th at the Parkview Gym. The Stanley County Booster Club, proud to be SC.
Looking to do good this holiday season but never seem to have any extra cash? Owyhee Federal Credit Union has you covered. If you have a loan with us for a small fee, you can skip one or all of your loan payments for either the month of November, December, or January. A portion of that fee will go to support a local charity. Just one way you can help us make our community a better place. Stop in and see us at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
To the fourth we go. Welcome back. First half of our girls and boys doubleheader. Stanley County with a first possession. Good-looking shot up for Shaylee Topol off of a nice feed from penetration from Jada Tibbs, but Topol shot in and out. No good. 58-29. Phillip with an 18-9 scoring advantage in the third period after leading at the half. by the score of 40-20. Phillip keeps it alive after a miss of a three. Silver Lures goes inside and feeds to Cappy West, who gets another high percentage shot up and in. Cappy with 18 points in the game, 60-29. Here is Heason off the right elbow. Back inside to Bush. Got a little push from behind from Lurs and a loose ball taken away by the Lady Scotties. Lurs up the floor, feeds underneath. There's West again. Cappy West from the left side. And the Lady Buffaloes losing on the defensive alignment. Adam Dannenbring's going to call a timeout here to try to probably get things set up back on the defensive side of the floor here. 30-second timeout for the Lady Buffs. We'll take it with them. 62-29, early fourth quarter on KGFX.
Each South Dakota farmer operates differently, and that means that ag insurance should be as unique as every farmer in the field. Fisher Rounds & Associates gets to know you and your operation before we find a policy. That way, we can make sure you have the coverage you need. Contact Fisher Rounds & Associates and see what it means to have us at your service and at your side. Fisher Rounds & Associates, serving South Dakota farmers with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Back at it, still on offense. The Lady Buffaloes with it. They'll give and go. Stroop to Leaf Green. Trying to wrestle the basketball away. Got it to Jada Tibbs now. Possession continues. Stroop down to the right wing. Back into Leaf Green. Might have got away with a travel, but the shot is blocked by Lurs anyway. And Phillip will head the other direction. Inside, Lures again to Cappy West. Too strong this time, and a rebound is down to Jada Tibbs. Pressure by Phillip. Stroop, along with Tibbs, get it across, and then Stroop picking it up in front of the Lady Buffalo bench, and she gets trapped and fouled. Team foul number 4 for Phillip. Cappy West a little too aggressive on her second personal foul. Inbound right down in front of us here. Again, the Lady Buffaloes with it. Tipped pass, and then it's picked up by Morgan Cantrell. Back in there. Here is Shaylee Topol getting back to the other end and knocking a pass out of bounds. I've got the Lady Buffaloes with 9 turnovers here in the second half. Cantrell takes the inbound. Long 2 from the corner is up and good. The lead now to 35 points, so more than 30. The clock will run continuously. Another tip pass. It gets away. Phillip will push it up the floor, and a layup is good for Dylan Turkleson, who scores her first basket of the night. Lady Buffaloes were looking good early on in the second half, but really starting to look a little tired so far here in the fourth quarter. We do have a foul called, 1-5. Cantrell with what may be her third person. Jada Tibbs at the free throw line. And she'll shoot a pair. The first one, though, rims in and out, no good. Tibbs with 4 points. That foul is the 5th for Phillip. And again, clock stops for free throws, but for other things like out-of-bounds plays and fouls that result in out-of-bound throw-ins, the clock will run continuously the rest of the way through the fourth quarter. Tibbs with 1 to go here. And the free throw short off the front of the rim. Loose ball, but she'll come down with it off of the tip. Find a spot, put it off the glass from 12 feet, though no good. In and out, Cappy West with another rebound. You can tell West is going to be the leader for this team. She's been part of the program a long time. Head coach is Tata West. Assistant coach Colt Fitzgerald for Phillip. Here's Lurs for 3. Up top, Silver too strong. Jewel Jones will try to run it down, saves it, but into the hands of Taylor Stroop, who gets the rebound. Now her pass taken away. Jones came right back and got the takeaway. Nice give inside. This time it's West to Lurs, and Silver Lurs will put it up and in. 68-29. The lead continues to swell for Phillip. And again, for Stanley County, you're looking, I think, for the third time this season. They've played pretty well in the first half, but it's the second half when things really start to get away from them. Turn around, and Leaf Green no good off the glass, but got her own rebound and then is fouled on the way back up. So she will get free throws here. And again, the clock stopping with 3:55 to go in the ball game. Foul is on Silver Lurs, just her second of the game. Leaf Green perfect on the first free throw. Second one coming. Lurs will check out in place of Sage Gabriel. Gabriel, the 5'11 senior. And Josie Rush will check back in if Leaf Green makes this free throw. She does not, however. Off the back of the rim, and the rebound is down to Jewel Jones. West will take it across the timeline, set things up, and lose the dribble into the hands of Jada Tibbs, who's got a 1-on-3, and Jada goes too far. And a wild shot up off the side of the backboard, no good. And then out of bounds. Carly Leaf Green checking out for Stanley County. Tatum Bush, the 5'8 junior, back in. 68-30, and again, an inbound play here with the clock still running continuously with the 30-point mercy rule in effect right now. West sets it up inside to Rush, outside, and then back in again. Now back out around the perimeter. Jewel Jones with it. Top to the left. Tessa Menzel had it. Now it's over to Cappy West on the wing. Back to Jones. Eyes the 18-footer. Puts it on the floor. A couple of bounces off the back of the rim. No good. Gets her own rebound. And another possession still here for the Lady Scotties. Underneath. Shot up no good for Jones. And bodies on the floor. And we're going to have a jump ball called. Substitution brings Sam Fillingham in for the Lady Scotties. Cappy West checking out for what could be the final time tonight. 68-30, all Phillip in this one. As they're 2 minutes and 20 seconds away from picking up their first victory of the season. Good ball movement here. Fillingham down on the right block. Underneath, outside, and the mid-range jumper is good for Josie Rush, who has her first basket of the night. Phillip getting a lot of people in the scoring column here this evening. They lead 70-30. Stroop picks up the basketball, leaves it with Cedar Scott down to the wing, and Tibbs back out. Scott for three, good. Cedar Scott, a very good shooter if she's got the rhythm, and if she's got her legs underneath her. She's 3 out of 4 from long range here tonight. Give the assist to Jada Tibbs. 70-33. Here's Jones on the baseline. Kick out. Fillingham, good from 12 feet out, maybe 13. 72-33. Looking for good things from these Lady Scotties this season. Good group of girls, good athletes. Scott with a long three will hit from the top of the key. Just give her a little space, and Cedar Scott has never met a three-point shot she didn't like. She'll take them. And she's hitting them this time. 72-36, the Scotties doubling up the Lady Buffaloes. And a skip pass by Menzel out of the reach of Jewel Jones. It'll go out of bounds. Just a fourth turnover of the second half for Phillip, as both teams will go full-on substitution here. For Stanley County, we'll tell you who's on the floor. Kylie Heesen. Jada Tibbs still in there. Number 5, Kennedy Summers, a 5'5 junior. 14, Carly O'Connor. 15, Liz Duffy in there. Tibbs down the lane. Shot up no good. Rebound is down. Copper Lurs in there. Jewel Jones also still in for Phillip, who misses the short range shot. In traffic. Loose ball kept alive by the Scotties. Now we've got a foul on the drive, and this will send Dylan Turkleton to the free throw line. Clock will stop with 14.4, so Turkleton can shoot some free throws here. Foul will be on Liz Duffy, the 5'10 junior, her first personal. Turkleton, free throw is up and good. Coming up in postgame here of game number 1, we'll give you a quick recap, and then we'll get to the pregame of the second half of our girls and boys doubleheader, Stanley County and Phillip. Another Scotty Phillip traveling trophy will be up for grabs. Second free throw for Turkleson, no good. Jada Tibbs runs down the rebound in the corner. See if Stanley County can get one more shot up here with 6, with 5. Tibbs driving in traffic, out of control, and the ball trickles out of bounds. And the continuously running clock allowed to run out. So that'll do it for the first game of our double, or at least 1.5 as it turns out to be, unfortunately, with the late start to the broadcast. But the first one is in the books on the Wagner Auto scoreboard. It's Phillips 73 and Stanley County 36. Lady Scotties with their first victory against one loss on the season. Stanley County will fall to 0-3 to begin this basketball season. Wagner Auto Company of Pierre with a scoreboard is the one place to go. All of their inventory is online at WagnerAuto.com. Let's take a 2-minute break. We're back with a post game. We still have a player of the game from Bauman Lumber to announce, among other things, before we get to the pregame of the boys' half of this doubleheader. Coming up at Stanley County Phillip, 1060 KGFX and DRGnews.com.
If your checking account earns little or no interest and charges you ATM fees galore, isn't it time for a new checking account? At Bank West, E-Plus checking customers earn a great interest rate and never pay ATM fees. Can your current checking account do that? Switching to E-Plus is easy. Visit us online at bankwest-sd.bank or work with a friendly staff at one of our convenient locations. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Bottom Line Welding Service of Fort Pierre proudly sponsors this broadcast, wishing the Stanley County Buffaloes best of luck in sports and all of your activities. Bottom Line Welding offers on and off-site welding services, conveniently located at 1304 North Waldron in Fort Pierre. Contact Tim Hughes at 223-2063. That's 223-2063 for all of your welding needs. Go Buffaloes!
Best of luck to the Phillip Scotties from First National Bank in Phillip. We are proud to sponsor the Scotties and our youth in all their activities. First National Bank in Phillip has, for over 100 years, served a large part of western South Dakota by providing quality banking based on customer service. First National Bank in Phillip understands agriculture and can help you make the big financial decisions a little bit easier. Member FDIC.
What does your morning sound like?
That's Daddy's little man.
Morning day. Grabbed your usual from Mickey D's.
Here's to making your morning routine a little better with a delicious breakfast from McDonald's.
Get 2 delicious sausage McMuffin with egg sandwiches for just $4. At participating McDonald's cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Welcome back to Phillip High School Gym as the first game complete, and the Phillip Lady Scotties defeating Stanley County 73-36. And again, with the late trip on the air because of the fact that we did not have a JV boys game, we caught up to the action about halfway through the second quarter when we finally got on the air, unfortunately. So we don't have complete stats in this game. We can give you stats unofficial in the second half. That's what we have here. Phillip had a 40-20 lead over Stanley County in that second quarter. When they really started opening things up in that second period, they come out, outscore the Lady Buffs 18-9 in the third, making it 58-29, then 15-7 the advantage in the fourth quarter as well, with some continuously running clock at in your final score 73-36. Phillip really using that transition game, causing turnovers, getting a lot of high percentage shots in this basketball game, and a lot of people in the scoring column as well. They hit 14 of 23 shots on the floor unofficially in that second half, including 1 out of 5 from long range. They hit 4 of 9 free throws on the entire ball game as well, and they're led by Cappy West with 20 points to lead all scorers in this game. Silver Lurs will check in with double figures as well, and 14 points for Silver. But then really nice scoring balance, and I really like the fact that you get a lot of people in the ball game and able to score. Morgan Cantrell finishes with 7 points for the Scotties. Jewel Jones, Copper Lurs, and Tessa Menzel all with 6 points. They get 5 from Sam Fillingham, 4 from Sage Gabriel, 3 from Dylan Turkleson, and 2 points for Josie Rush in this game, 73 on the board for the Lady Scotties. Stanley County with their best scoring output as they continue to improve in that aspect in their first 3 ball games. They hit 6 of 17 shots in the second half unofficially on the floor, and including 2 of 3 3-pointers from Cedar Scott. For the game, 7 of 15 free throws for Stanley County, who do get 2 double-figure scores. Scott with 4 3-pointers, checking in with 12 points, and Carly Leaf Green with 12 points, showing some real nice in the paint prowess for Leaf Green on the offensive end. 8 points in the second half for Carly, 12 in the game. 4 points after it drops off from there for Taylor Stroop and for Jada Tibbs, who hit a 3-pointer in this game. 2 points for Shaylee Topol and 2 for Tatum Bush. 73-36 the final in this one. And again, no other official stats in the rebounding in the second half, though. Lady Buffaloes got 3 offensive rebounds out of 9 overall, but wasn't keeping a good handle on the rebounds. There were 10 turnovers for Stanley County in the second half compared to just 4 for the Lady Scotties. But Phillip wins this one comfortably, 73-36. As Phillip has a doubleheader at Kadoka coming up on Monday, doubleheader with Lower Brule next Thursday here in Phillip before the holiday break. As for the Lady Buffaloes, who fall to 0-3, they'll be with the boys on Tuesday night on KPLO-FM when they entertain Jones County. That'll be a doubleheader and the home opener for the boys, as it turns out, on Tuesday night. And again, that'll be on KPLO-FM. Lady Buffaloes then, during the holiday break, have a game at Harriet Selby area. That'll be in Selby on December 28th, and a doubleheader at home with Highmore Herald on December 29th. We've got a Bauman Lumber player of the game to announce, and nice effort for the Lady Buffaloes from the 12-point outputs for Cedar Scott, and especially what we saw from Carly Leaf Green inside. But of course, Phillip, you're looking at the leader in scoring with 20 points, and a nice job running the floor and understanding the situations. A lot of high percentage shots. 20 points for Cappy West, the 5'7" senior, to lead the way and to lead the Lady Scotties to the victory. She is today's player of the game for the girls' half of this doubleheader. Cappy West will get a T-shirt in the name of Bauman Lumber and KGFX Sports, noting her accomplishments. 2-minute break, and we're back to start the pregame for the boys' half of the doubleheader with the 1-0 Stanley County Buffaloes taking on the 0-1 Phillip Scotties, with more coming up on 1060 KGFX and DRGnews.com.
When you need building supplies, there's no need to go anywhere except to Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre. Bauman Lumber is locally owned and offers quality products, expert advice, free estimates, and free local delivery for large or small projects. Whether it's a home improvement project, remodel job, or all new construction, they even welcome special orders.
For those of you on the live broadcast, I'm going to end the girls' broadcast. I'll be right back, starting up the second one
1223
on
Road
YouTube.
in Fort Pierre, or call 223-9762.
What does your